So there has been an issue with Cinemachine camera in Unity when you set up a Freelook camera and then you add a Cinemachine collider, try to set it as pull camera forward, then you get this issue. When you move around, the camera jitters and all that. And if you don't want to have any damping and have it completely locked camera so the player move correctly to the sides, and as you can see, the camera is in the corner, player gets rotated when the character should not rotate at all. As you can see, the camera angle does change and we don't want that. The only fix we can do is just set everything to 0, radius to 0, zero out everything, and that makes it perfect. However, the camera clips into the ground, but there's no jitter. And if you go to the sides here, camera stays forward, character does not get rotated. Same thing with the pillars, because we don't want to have a camera behind the pillar, we want to have it in front of it. So I was messing around trying to figure out how to fix this issue of not clipping into the ground and not having any jittering. So after a while of messing with AI and getting completely useless advice, I finally discovered a simple solution on how to fix this whole issue. All we have to do is just keep all the camera settings in the collision add-on, everything set on 0, so we get absolutely no jittering and the camera stays forward, which is something that most of the RPG MMO camera settings have. So the solution is very simple, but of course it's a bit manual too, but it is very easy to set up. Create an empty, call it camera collider, just set box collider on top of it. Basically we're just gonna create a collider that is sticking out. Now it's up to you what distance you want to use. 0.5 seem to work quite well. Just keep in mind that all the collider settings are set on zeros. Once we're gonna have this collider set, we're just gonna apply the ground block. My call is lobby. I'm just going to set up all the colliders for each block. As I said again, it's a bit manual work, but it is quite simple and quick to set up. All objects have extra collider on. If you're building level that is made out of basic shapes like tiles, tiled walls and all that, it's gonna be very quick for you. Now you don't need to worry about them colliding with each other, and the reason why is because we're gonna set all these extra objects to a new layer by adding new layer. Just set camera collider and then set all of these objects into the camera collider layer. Just make sure that the parent layer does not affect the child layer in these objects. Once you have the camera collider set, go to edit, project settings, go to physics, not physics 2D, to physics, and we're gonna disable all layers that are colliding with the camera collider. Now for those who don't understand what this means, it's basically settings here allow you to switch off all the collisions with specific layers. So for example this one, if this is unticked, then the player will fall through the floor and won't gonna collide with anything. If this ticked, then everything will be working fine. Before we test everything, we need to go back to the Freelook camera settings and make sure that the collide against layer is set on camera collider only. It has a little jitter when it comes close to the player, but overall it does not affect the camera at all. Player moves straight, everything is fine. If the camera somehow manages to get inside the object, like in this situation, you can reduce the radius of the collider on 0.5 and then everything will be fine. You can add extra thickness just in case. This will resolve the issue of clipping, so the camera won't gonna clip inside the pillars. The whole solution is just to apply an extra layer of collisions on all your levels. It's a bit annoying that the Unity Cinemachine works that way, just because if camera radius is set a little bit higher, then it starts jittering on sharp corners. But now, since there is extra layer of colliders, camera does not jitter at all, which is something what I needed. So thanks for watching. I hope this solution helps you in some form or way. As I said again, just test it out, see what works for you. If you don't have a flat terrain, I think you can just duplicate the polygon collider, move it slightly up, and it should work the same way. This is just the only solution I could think of. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.